Hello everybody, my name's Nichole Holt. I'm reporting to you from one of my favorite places on the earth, Spring Mill Bible Camp. I know that's the same for a lot of you watching because man, I love Spring Mill Bible Camp. For those of you that don't know me, my wife Nichole and I took over the caretaker job at camp about the middle of last summer from the legendary caretakers Brian and Kay Walden. And so we've been doing our best to fill those big shoes and are just very excited to be here and fortunate to be able to live on the campus here at Spring Mill Bible Camp. Tell you a little bit about how it came about. I'm a Coast Guard career guy, and Nichole and I were trying to decide if we should do another tour, stay in the Coast Guard, or was it time to retire? We had set a date in 2017, September 17th was the date. And on the 16th of September, prior to that day, we were doing all our pros and cons and all that good stuff. Praying pretty hard about it. One of my best buddies, Rick Leach, called me and said, hey, it looks like Brian and Kay aren't going to be doing the caretaker job. Would you be interested? And so that seemed to be a pretty good indicator that it was time for us to come home, and it helped us make that decision. And since then, we've been really glad to be home, be around family, and be around all of our camp friends. And the one thing I love about camp, I grew up coming here, as many of you did. My kids grew up coming here as much as we could. We didn't always live close enough, but as much as we could, we got here every summer. And one of my favorite things is the reunions that take place at camp when you show up and you see old friends and pick up where you left off. And so that's how I'm looking at 2020 is we're gonna miss it bad having camp, but just think of the reunion next year and how incredible that's gonna be. With all that said, I could go for a while talking about camp, but really what I'd like to do is update you on some of the things going on here at camp for the facilities. We've, a lot of people put a lot of time and effort into upkeeping the camp. Jim Pierce is on the Building and Grounds Committee, and he's been the point for the new cabin, which we'll go down to here shortly. So Jim's done a great job with that. He also had coordinated, I know many of you that were here last year, the cafeteria roof on the porch had several leaks in it, and Jim Pierce worked with some folks to get that fixed up. Randy Wallbaker, Brent Donahoe, James Elshoff, those guys are up here a lot, doing a lot of projects. The drainage that was put into the OR building last year, Brent and Randy and James were up here. They did the same thing to the east and west side of the cafeteria, which is going to be a great help. We have plans to put on new roofs for Hebron and Cana coming up. Those guys are instrumental in that. We only got one work day in, but the one we got in, we had a lot of people here. Rick, Laura, Evelyn True, Brian, Kay, Stephen, Jim, Brent, Steve Marshall is also been a big help. All these folks put in a lot of time and effort to keep the facilities up, making my job a lot easier. A lot of that going on. I also wanted to mention a couple of other things that we had done in prep for camps this year, but it'll have to wait until next year. We had the gravel roads redone. We've done all our inspections for our fire and safety. We've done some tree trimming and cutting. There were some dead trees that were kind of in dangerous areas. We've got all that taken care of. Other than that, I want to go on down to the new cabin and I'll walk everybody around. That's the one I know you all are waiting to see, and I'm looking forward to showing it to you. So I'll be right back. Everybody, we're back. We're over on the girls' side. It's okay for me to be here because camp's not going on. We got our new cabin. I want to introduce everybody to the new girls' cabin. It's almost complete, not quite, really close though. The new cabin name, Berea. And now I'll go ahead and walk around and tell you what I know about it and kind of show everybody what it looks like. Early on, they rerouted all of our water lines and valves, so we know where they are, and it's all new pipe and valves and all that, so that's good. They went with the rib metal for the siding. Original plans had cinder block on the back end of the cabin, but a decision was made to go ahead and put the siding all the way down, which I think looks really nice. Sturdy porch, a lot of similarities to the cabins that we already have. Similar in looks, but a lot better build and actually weather tight, and you're able to climate control with heat anyway. So this is the other side. You'll see there's a door similar to our other cabins that comes out on the side. There's also another door that goes out the back that we'll see when we go inside. Let's go inside. And let's see, in here, I believe the original plans had plywood for the walls. We went with this TI, or T111. I think it looks really good. Painted everything, trimmed it out with the white, looks really nice. Windows are all vinyl, no maintenance. The walls are actually 10 inches thick because when they decided to take the siding all the way down the length of the cabin, they had to put in a stud wall and insulate everything. So very, very sturdy cabin. And you can see on the ceiling, we also went with the roof seal, and all the lights are LED lighting. There's outlets, there's 2 in the front, and then there's 3 along each wall. So plenty of room to plug things in, and a breaker box to handle it. We have heater that's in the attic and a ventilation system for the bathroom and the shower area. So we have a door that separates the cabin from the bathroom. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of ventilation, so it'll actually be a dry space for folks, something we're not used to in our other cabins. Here we'll have 4 sinks, three sinks, and GFI outlets. Over here we have a mechanical room that's inside, 2 50-gallon electric water heaters and a breaker panel. And then we are ADA compliant as well. We have a handicap size shower and stalls. So there's 4 showers altogether. You can see on the ground here some of the supplies that took a while to come in. Jamie Wisely is the construction company that did this. They've been super great to work with. They've had some issues getting some supplies to finish things up. I think it was originally scheduled to be complete by now, but they just received some of these countertops and plumbing supplies this week. But you can see it's pretty close. Everything's painted, trimmed out, and we can go out the back and show you what it looks like back here. More LED lighting, and you can see we've got a door that comes out the back. Small concrete pads by the back door here and the side door. And if Nichole pan over here behind Geza and Kana, you can see that's the septic system field that was put in. It goes all the way around Kana there, and that was a big job. It was difficult to get the permitting for that, and the hopes are that we'll put another septic system over on the boys' side before the end of the year. And just for everyone's awareness, the systems that are put in can handle another one of these cabins. It can hook right into it, and this system should last us for a long, long time. So really good upgrade that we did, and really happy with how the cabins turned out. So that does it from here at Springville Bible Camp. I hope everybody likes it. Berea.